What is your favorite block in Minecraft? Mine's not this, but you need this to make this, which is one of my favorite blocks. So let's make a farm for it. So this is the farm we're going to build. Basically, this repeater powers the block that we place here, powering this dispenser, powering this redstone dust as well, which then powers these two blocks, which makes the whole system work. Let's build it. Also, if you don't want to follow this tutorial, I have a schematic and a world download for this farm in my Patreon. You can find that down below the like button. The first things first, you want to break this block and place a chest with a hopper on top of it. Then to the side of that, place two blocks, which you can then place a redstone torch on and a repeater going into this block. Next to the hopper, you then want to place a dropper, and then in the side of that, you can place a hopper with a chest. This is going to be full of dirt, which then gets dropped out to you every time you place a dirt block on top of this hopper. Then we want to come behind this dropper and we want to place a dispenser on the back of that. Then in the side of that, we want to place another hopper. And then on top of that hopper, we want to place another dispenser. And then don't forget your redstone dust on top of this dropper here. Place that there and then click it again to turn it into one single piece of dust. Then behind that piece of dust into the side of this dispenser here on the top, you want to place in a hopper, and then you want to come around the back here and you want to grab your 14 glass that you got at the start and then build up just 3 blocks like so. You can then come to the front and build out 2 blocks like this as well. And then you want to place 1 more piece of glass just above the redstone dust here. Once you've done that, you can then fill in these 3 with water, and the water will then push over to the side here, and then build over with your glass on top. And then lastly, for the building stage, you want to place in a block just here. Now that's it for the building stage. Now what you're going to need are some glass bottles and some dirt. So what you first want to do is fill up as much of the dropper as you can with dirt. Basically, we're going to be turning this dirt into mud. So however much dirt you put in here and have on you is how much you're going to be using. So you could also fill up the chest if you want to as well. I'm going to fill it up just because we're going to be using this farm a whole bunch, you know. We're going to use a whole bunch. And then what you also want to do is get your glass bottles, and you're going to want to fill up this dispenser here at the back. Not this front dropper, this back dispenser, and you're going to want to fill it up with glass bottles as well. Basically, these glass bottles get dispensed into the water, and that turns them into water bottles. And then the water bottles come up the water, go into this hopper here, and then they get dispensed out here. And when you dispense a water bottle into dirt, it turns it into mud, which then we mine, and it goes into this hopper down at the bottom. But there is a slight problem. When the water bottles are used on the dirt, they get turned back into glass bottles and they need somewhere to go. So that's why we've got this hopper down here, which we're going to place in stacks of 64 glass bottles in each of these, as well as between 32 and 16 glass bottles in here. I'm going to place in 32 just so we don't run out and then start locking this thing up with water bottles. I'm going to put 32 in there and then 64 in the rest. So it does require a lot of glass bottles, but once you got this thing up and running, it just keeps on running. It runs. And that essentially is your farm done. So now that we built the farm, I want to show you guys how to use it. So first thing you want to do is grab some dirt and put it into your offhand using whatever button you've assigned to that, or you can just put it into your offhand here, and then come up to the block, stand right here. You can stand wherever you want along this little bit here, and then hold right click and hold left click at the same time, and you'll mine this block. And as you can see, it takes a couple just to get the water bottles coming through, but then you could hold it and it comes through and it turns each block into mud, just like so, and it works perfectly. All the bottles are recycled, so you can just keep going forever and ever. Now, you guys may be asking, how fast a shovel can I use with this? And luckily for you guys, you can use a wood shovel, you can use a stone shovel for it, you can use an iron shovel for it, you can use a gold shovel for it, you can use a diamond shovel for it, and you can use all the way up to a netherite shovel with efficiency 2 on it. If you go any higher than this shovel, the farm won't work. This is the fastest you can go. And if you put unbreaking on the shovel, you can keep going for, I don't know, thousands of blocks, thousands of mud blocks. You're only limited by the dirt that you put in. And then when you're done, make sure to mine the last block, and then you can pick out your mud from the bottom. There you go. I really hope that this farm helped you guys out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like. Check out my Patreon as well for a world download and schematic download. The schematic's super useful because you can just paste it into any world that you want and then build it from there. It's perfect. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with the awesome tutorials and farms that I show you guys, as well as our Ascendcraft videos, because those are super fun as well. bit more survival focused. So check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!